Just like in multiplication, mathematicians are always looking for easier ways to write or work with numbers. If I wanted to see how many times I could subtract 2 from 50 and count how many times I subtracted 2, it would take a lot of time to write and solve. The first model we're going to look at is the set or repetitive subtraction model. Remember, when we looked at subtraction, we started with a set of balls and dropped them on our trays. It didn't matter how many balls were in each set. We then took balls from this set and found out how many we had left. This time, we're going to keep taking away the same number of balls until we cannot make any more sets. Again, we will use our trays and balls to understand this type of problem. Be sure your tray is reset and you follow along with me on your trays as I work on the computer. There are 10 students in a class. The teacher wants to put them into groups of 2. How many groups of 2 can the teacher make? I'm going to start by dropping 10 balls on my tray to represent the number of students in the class. The next thing I want to do is take the balls out 2 at a time. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Let's count how many groups of 2 we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there are 10 students in a class and they are divided into groups of 2, there will be 5 groups. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. I'm going to start a problem and let you finish it. If I have 12 apples and want to divide them into groups of 3 apples, how many groups will I have? Remember to write your answer as an equation and as a sentence. First, I used 12 balls to represent my 12 apples. Your teacher is going to pause the movie while you finish the problem. Remember to write your answer using the correct symbols. If you have questions, raise your hand for help from the teacher. Your teacher will restart the movie when he or she is ready to continue. Here's how I worked the problem. I started taking the balls out 3 at a time. 3, 3, 3, 3. Let's count how many groups of 3 we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I have 12 apples and put them into groups of 3, I would have 4 groups. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Let's try one more problem. This time I'm going to let you work the problem by yourself, and we will check the answer when everyone is finished. Remember, write your answer as an equation and as a complete sentence. You have a 15-foot board that you want to cut into 5-foot long pieces. How many 5-foot pieces will you have after it is cut? Remember to raise your hand for help from the teacher. Here's how I worked the problem. First, I used 15 balls to represent the 15 feet of the board. The next thing I did was to take away the balls 5 at a time. 5, 5, 5. Let's count how many groups of 5 we have. 1, 2, 3. If you cut a 15-foot board into 5-foot long pieces, you'd have 3 pieces. 15 divided by 5 equals 3.